Howdy crew, welcome to Storytime. This is Miss Dani. I'm so happy you're here. If you have a second, go grab your towel for parachute time and we will get started. Show me how well you wiggle your fingers. Show me how well you wiggle your toes. Oh, look at that. Show me how well you wiggle your shoulders. Can you wiggle your nose? I can't without my fingers, so I wiggle it. Show me how well you roll your hands. Can you roll them around each other? Don't let them touch. Now roll them faster. Now slower. And fast. And catch them. And put them in your lap. Our word is on the board. It's ready to go. It's a long one today. Are you ready? I think you can handle it. So away we go. Our first letter on the board is the letter F. It makes a sound. Can you make that with me? Ready to sing? Here we go. F says, F says, every letter makes a sound, and F says, are you ready to write? I am. Fingers up. We're going to make a long line down. Then go back to the top of your line and zoom across. And then we go to the middle of our long line and we zoom across again. And that's how we write an F. Our next letter on the board is the letter R. Can you tell me what sound it makes? There you go. It makes a R sound. Let's sing together. Here we go. R says R says every letter makes a sound, and R says Ready to write? Fingers up, long line down. Then we go back to the top of our line and we scoop around like we're drawing a circle and touch in the middle. And then we slide off into the sunset. And that's how you write an R. Our next letter on the board, it's a tricky, switchy vowel. Do you remember which one it is? O is correct. All right, our O makes a aw sound today. Do you see that when I say that, my mouth kind of looks like an O? Aw. All right, ready to sing? Here we go. O says aw, O says aw. Every letter makes a sound, and O says aw. Ready to write? Fingers up. Is our O also a shape? You better believe it. It's a circle. All right, at the top, we go around until we reach where we started and we draw a circle, which is also writing an O. Good work, guys. Our last letter on the board is the letter G. All right, our G makes a G sound. Do you feel that one in your tummy when you say it? I sure do. G. All right, ready to sing? G says G. G says G. Every letter makes a sound, and G says G. Let's write it. Fingers up. We start at the top. Does it kind of look like a circle? Halfway. So we start and we go around like we did for our circle, but we stop at the bottom. We shoot straight up and zig into the middle, and that's how you write a G. All right, let's sound it out, guys. Here we go. Our F says F. Our R says R. Our O says aw. See, I made that O with my lips again. Aw. And our G says G. Fur, G. Frog. Frog. That is an animal. Can you tell me what sound a frog makes? Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. You better believe it. Do you want to see what's in my hat? I bet you do. All right, remember our magic. We count to 3 and then we clap. We count to 3 and then we tap. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, clap. 1, 2, 3, tap. Let us see what's under my hat. Ribbit! Bowie. Oh my gosh, the frog startled Bowie. Oh goodness. All right, Bowie, sit right here, sweetie. It's okay. Oh, that frog came out so quick. It startled our poor Bowie, and here he is. Our frog, what color is he? Green. Our green frog who says, ribbit. Do you know how to be a frog? I bet you'd make a good frog. Okay, let's sing a little song. Are you ready? If you're a frog and you know it, blink your eyes. Now, we blink our eyes like this, but if you see our frog, his eyes are on the top of his head. So we have to go blink, blink. So, okay, ready? If you're a frog and you know it, blink your eyes. Blink, blink. If you're a frog and you know it, blink your eyes. Blink, blink. If you're a frog and you know it, then your eyes will really show it. If you're a frog and you know it, blink your eyes. Blink, blink. Do frogs just walk around like that? No. Frogs hop, hop, hop everywhere they go. Are you ready to hop like a frog? All right. So we bend our knees way down. We bend our knees way down and we put our hands on the floor. Do you see how my knees are bent? And then we hop up and down. Ready? If you're a frog and you know it, hop around, hop, hop. If you're a frog and you know it, hop around, hop, hop. If you're a frog and you know it, well, your hops are gonna show it. If you're a frog and you know it, hop around, hop, hop. Okay, and do you remember what a frog says? Ribbit, ribbit. Let's sing like a frog. If you're a frog and you know it, say ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. If you're a frog and you know it, say ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. If you're a frog and you know it, then your ribbit will really show it. If you're a frog and you know it, say ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Now, okay. See, guys, you know what? There were 2 frogs in my hat today. They say hello to the 2 frogs. Hello. Now, these 2 frogs, there's a story about them. Can you believe it? And lots of stories start once upon a time, but Moira likes to say once upon a day. That's my little daughter, and I like it so much. So we're going to start our story, and we're going to say once upon a day. Once upon a day, there were 2 frogs. One frog lived way over here in a bog. Now, a bog is a swamp, all right? It's really muddy. It has tall grass. This frog lived in a bog. And while he was happy in his bog, he wondered what else was in the great big world. Frog number 2, he lived way over here in a forest on a log. So you know that forests have lots and lots of trees, and the trees keep the ground very wet, just like a bog. So frogs live in wet places like a bog or the woods on a log. And while this frog was very happy on his log, he too wondered what was in the great big world. One day, both of these frogs got very brave, and they decided to explore the great big world. So they set off, hopping away from their bog and their log to see what the world had to offer. And they hopped, and they hopped, and they hopped, and they hopped for a very, very long time until they met. And they said, hello, hello. And really they said, ribbit, ribbit, because that's how frogs talk. This frog said, I'm on my way to explore the world. And this frog said, I'm on my way to explore the world. They came up with a plan. So if they put their bellies together and pushed up with their legs, they could see much further into the distance. And so they could see what they were getting themselves into. This one looking into the bog and this one looking into the woods. Well, when they pushed themselves up against their bellies, what they forgot was that their heads held their eyes on the top. So their eyes were on the top of their heads. So when they pushed up, they were actually looking backwards. And so the frog from the woods saw his home, the woods. The frog from the bog saw his home in the bog. They came back down and the woods frog said, "Well, the bog looks just like the woods." And the frog from the bog said, "Well, the woods looks just like a bog. There's no point in us continuing our journey." So they turned around and hopped back to their homes. Well, guys, a bog is really different than the woods. If they had continued on their journey, this frog would have seen the woods and how different it is and how it smells and different sounds. And this frog over here would have seen that the bog was very different from the woods with different smells and different sounds. But they quit before they got to their destination and they missed out on a lot of wonderful things. So, even if you guys get tired when you're on a journey, don't give up. Don't assume that it's just boring. There could be something really amazing on the other side. Okay. Thank you for listening to that story. Are you guys ready to dance? I'm ready to dance. Okay, we are going to jump today. I know we did this song already, but it's really one of my favorites. And how can you do a frog story time without jumping? So we're going to do Jumping and Counting by Jim Gill. Are you ready to jump? Are you ready? If you can jump with a pet, you can jump with your parachute, you can jump with whatever you want. I'm ready to jump. I'm going to jump with my Moira. Are you going to come jump with me? Yeah, come on and jump. All right, here we go.
I want that for a zombie.
You want to jump with a frog?
Jumping high are we, but we'll stop jumping while we count to 3.
Ready to count?
1,
2,
3.
ready to jump. Here we go.
Jumping even more, but we'll stop jumping while we count to 4.
Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Jump, just like pogo sticks, but let's stop jumping while we count to 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Jumping, then we wait to stop our jumping while we count to 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ready to jump? Jump, jump.
Jumping once again, but we'll be finished once we count to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And you can jump right back down into your seats.
Jump. Wee. Jump.
Dumpy.
Okay, can you go jump with Papa? Go jump to Papa, okay?
Why?
Because we're going to do more story time is why. All right. So, here we go. Look at what I have. Can you see them? Maybe we need to get a little closer. All right. So, I have frogs. Can we count them? 1, 2, 3. And our frogs are on something called a well. And that's how people would get water. They dig a big deep hole in the ground and build this nice little structure on top of it so people wouldn't fall in, and then they lower a bucket deep down into the well. So we have 3 little froggies sitting on the well. One leaned over and then he fell. Oh! And the other froggies jumped high. And then they jumped low. And then the froggies jumped everywhere. To and fro. Please feel free to jump with me. You don't have to stay in one spot. Let's count how many froggies we have left. We have 1, 2. 2 little froggies sitting on a well. One leaned over. And what do you think happened? And he fell. And this froggy jumped high, and he jumped low, and he jumped to and fro. There's one little froggy left on that well. He leaned over. Do you think he fell? That froggy had learned, and he jumped high, and he jumped low. That froggy learned a lesson, and off he goes. He jumped all over the place. All right. Now, so frogs are this really cool thing called an amphibian. That's what kind of animal they are. And I brought with me the dictionary. All right, so amphibian is a pretty long word, but I will read to you what it means. And it's a really weird too. It says amphibian. Do you know this word doesn't have an F in it? PH makes the F sound. It's very confusing. I had to look it up twice to try and find it. Okay, so amphibian means one of a group of animals with smooth, moist skin. They're kind of slimy. Frogs, toads, and salamanders are amphibians. Amphibians have gills and live in water when they're young, so they're fish when they're babies. Later, they develop lungs and breathe air. We have lungs and breathe air. Take a deep breath with me. But animals that live under the water have gills. Show me your gills, like this. And they can get oxygen from filtering the water through. So let's pretend to be a frog, all right? And through its life, because frogs have a really interesting life cycle is what we call it. So frogs start off as an egg. So show me how tight you can squeeze into your egg, okay? So we are all eggs and we are under the water, squeezed into our egg. All right, are you ready to break out? I sure am. And we break out of our eggs. Guys, we're fish. So show me how you're a fish. And let's swim around for a little bit, okay? Let's swim around. We're fish and we swim in the water. And as we grow, guys, we grow legs. All right. So show me now how you are a fish swimming with legs. So take big steps while you swim in the water. Big steps with your feet. Okay, so then our froggies grow arms. So our froggies, they still live in the water and breathe with their gills, but they have legs and they have arms, but they still swim under the water. So let's swim under the water with our arms and our legs. Show me how you swim with all your arms and legs. Okay. Oh, now our tails go away. We have no more tails and our lungs disappear. Our gills disappear, and now we have lungs. Take a deep breath. Because we live on the land now with our arms and our legs and our lungs. And now we get to hop like a frog. Show me your hop again. You did that so well earlier. Hop, hop, hop. And that's how we all become frogs. Excellent work, guys. I'm going to share another story with you. And actually, it's just a poem. I love this book, and it is a book of animal poetry. All of the poems are written by different people, but they were all put together, edited by J. Patrick Lewis, and he was a U.S. Children's Poet Laureate. So he picked a whole bunch of his favorite poems and put them into a book with gorgeous, gorgeous pictures. And so I'm just going to read one to you. Can you guess what it's about? It's about frogs. There's two pictures of frogs right there. One on a mushroom and one in the water. Let's hear what it says, okay? Let's see if I can get close enough for you to read it. Here we go. The frog. Be kind and tender to the frog, and do not call him names, as Slimy Skin or Pollywog, or likewise Ugly James, or Gape a Grin, or Toad Gone Wrong, or Billy Bandy Knees. The frog is justly sensitive to epithets like these. No animal will more repay a treatment kind and fair, at least so lonely people say, who keep a frog. And by the way, they are extremely rare. And that's by Hilaire Belloc. So that was written by that wonderful poet, and these beautiful pictures. I just love to share a poem. Be kind to toads and frogs. All right, guys, it's parachute time already. Can you believe it? I just can't even believe it. Let's get out your towel or your blankie or whatever makes you happy, and let's put it over our legs. Just drape it. Can you make it move? Make it move with your legs. Let's see how it does. Whoa! I dropped mine. Did you drop yours? Make it move with your legs. All right. Show me how you make it move with your hands. Just move it with your hands. Fast. Slow. Fast again. And slow. And we'll sing. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. What's next? The storm. You ready? Here we go. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Now, today is a special day because we celebrate all the wonderful women in our lives. So let's, when we say hello to all of the ladies that we love, okay? Ready? And we'll start with our mamas. When we raise our parachute, say, hello, mamas. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello, mamas. And next, let's say grandmas. Let's say hello to grandmas. Hello, grandmas. And let's say hello to our aunts. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello, aunts. And how about we say hello to our special lady friends? I know that they're so important to me. 1, 2, 3. Hello, lady friends. And how about our daughters? Let's say hello to our daughters. I know many of you won't have daughters yet, but they're important people in our lives. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello, daughters. Hello, all of you wonderful ladies. I hope that you're having a special day, and I hope you know that I love you, and I hope you love you as much as I do. Have a great day.